Hello, welcome to video number 2 of my 100 video series where I experiment on myself by doing 100 videos and let's just see how it goes. So anyway, for this second video, I would like to talk about the meaning of wealth. Well, I have had this insight from a book that I was listening to, which I actually heard of from Ali Abdaal, which is the book that is entitled The Millionaire Fast Lane by M.G. DeMarco. Well, there he explained the meaning of wealth, which has these three aspects. The first aspect of wealth is health. So basically, if someone is terminally ill, even if he or she has everything in this world, so you cannot really say that that person is wealthy. So number one is health. The second one is relationships. So it's having good and healthy relationship with yourself, with God, or whoever you choose to believe in, with your friends, with your family, with your kids, those people who will surround you and support you, and just basically have a good community, or like someone who, or people who you call your home. So if you have those people with you, that's another aspect of wealth. So we have health, and then we have relationships, and the last one is what most people think about as wealth. Well, most people think about wealth as luxury cars, designer clothes, or being able to travel wherever you want, and so on, or buying whatever you want. So they try to equate wealth with money. However, money is just one aspect of this third aspect of wealth, which is actually freedom. When we say freedom, it's basically not being tied to anything or to anyone, and basically having that autonomy in your own life. Whatever you want to do, you can do it whenever you want, wherever you want, and for example, you can eat wherever you want or whatever you want. You can buy whatever you want, go to any place wherever you want, and ride the car go to this place in whatever mode of transportation you choose, or wear whatever you want, or how you please. Of course, it should be socially acceptable. Basically, I'm not talking about the absolute freedom, like you can just dance around naked on the street. No, not that type of freedom. I'm saying, for example, you're at a grocery store, you just get whatever you want, and then you don't need to look at the tag price of it. You actually afford everything. When we say, actually, one thing that M.G. DeMarco has mentioned on that book also is that you can only say if you can afford something is when you don't have to think about it. Okay, like for example, when was the last time you bought a pack of gum? So did you even think twice in buying that pack of gum? Like, will your lifestyle change if, for example, you got rid of today? So of course not. That means you really can afford that pack of gum. But for example, you plan on buying another appliance, or for example, you plan on going to this place or a vacation, or for example, just it's as simple as simply buying these types of food for your groceries, like choosing the best brands. If you don't have to think about it, then you really can afford it. So that's another aspect of freedom. So being able to buy or use money in any way as you want, or in any way as you please, without you having the fear of your other needs not being met. However, that's not only the case. For example, another aspect of freedom is not being tied to anyone. Like for example, your boss, and someone will need to dictate what you're gonna do, what will be your schedule for this day, or what, or expectations from other people, because you do have that autonomy over yourself. So that's also another kind of freedom. It's just like, for example, if someone is perhaps healthy, or and also have good relationships with other people. However, if that person is in prison, well, literally, of course, that person has no freedom. He also mentioned that a person, for example, a farmer in the Philippines or Thailand, tends to his fields half of the day and the other half with his family. As compared to, for example, a person with a high-paying corporate job. However, he spends most of his time there in the company and not having that freedom to spend, not even having freedom to spend his days with his family, and even sacrificing his own health. Then the farmer basically is more wealthy than the other one. Okay, so basically, true wealth means you will have those three aspects of wealth. Like, you have health, relationships, and freedom. If any one of these three, uh, contradicts or hinders the other one from the other, so that means that's not true wealth. For example, if you do have high-paying job and you have the freedom to buy anything that you want, but because of that, your time spent with your family diminishes, so that means it sacrifices your relationships, which is the other aspect of wealth, and also it sacrifices your health because you do not have time for yourself to exercise and to rest. So that means that's not the real meaning of true wealth. Well, true wealth doesn't mean having a lot of money, but having good health, having good relationship with others, and of course having the freedom to buy anything you want, spend it with whomever you want, go to anywhere you want, and not being tied to other people's expectations or like a superior from you, because it's your life basically. So yes, having good relationships with others, with God, with your family, and that's basically it. Well, actually, this makes me think or reflect on myself, okay, on my life, because as for me, I just gave birth actually almost 2 months now on my daughter, and I am on maternity leave right now. However, whenever I reflect on going back to my work, which is being a school teacher, so whenever I reflect on going back to school, it's like a nightmare for me to even imagine the last day of my maternity leave when I have to leave my daughter with my husband, or I don't know if we will be asking someone else to take care of her. It's like something that scares me so much, and it puts a lot of stress in me because I do not have that level of wealth and basically freedom to let go of this job that I have. Though of course I do love it, I love teaching. However, I do not have the freedom to choose my daughter, my family, over these secondary things. It's because I am tied to this job, because of course we have bills to pay and so on. So I guess it's not only me who experiences this, so I don't think we should envy those other people who have better high-paying jobs, etc. The true meaning of wealth is really due if you do have those three aspects. So as for me, I do have this vision for this channel that hopefully after these 100 videos, or before these 100 videos are finished, hopefully I get to have that freedom to spend time with my daughter, my family, without having to worry about other bills that we need. You know, there's just a certain amount of money that we need to reach just so we could get by comfortably, live every day comfortably, and yeah, I that's just the only thing that would make me happy. So yeah, I hope everyone do get to start, you know. This is just what I am doing now. I'm starting now, and I believe that my future self will thank me for doing this, or having this leap of faith, and slowly overcoming this fear of judgment, fear of failure, and so on. Well, yeah, I'm doing it for myself, for my own self-development, for me to clarify whatever those thoughts are in my head, and I don't want to regret in the future that I didn't take this chance or opportunity on myself. And of course, I hope my daughter will be proud of me in the future. Well, anyway, yeah, that's video number 2. See you on video number 3. Goodbye.